Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mitchell's News Roundup Part 3. We are back in England. I've been at the beach. I look like a beetroot. Just been meditating, exercising, loving life. It's been an amazing day, but also amazing time in Latvia, Estonia, and Finland. The vlogs will be out over the upcoming days. Please check them out. Such beautiful countries. But we move on. We move on to the news. But actually, before I start the news, I just want to ask a question. Is constructive criticism a good thing, yes or no? I think it is. I'll use me as an example. I mean, what 2 years ago, give or take, very bad place, very bad place, and drinking pretty much every day, didn't have a job. Bang, a few years later, bitches, we're taking over, we're travelling, we've got a great job, and yeah, life's good, man. Life's good. Life is good. Feeling good's good enough, bitches. But yeah, so I think it's important, and that is all down to people, you know, online criticising. Chris, you shouldn't be drinking everything. I know some are taking a piss, but some also cared, you know, coming in my DMs. And ultimately, it's down to me, yeah, to change my ways. But I still listened to the criticisms, people taking the piss. I still listened, yeah, took it in, and I had to reevaluate. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I've still got demons. I've still got to try and be better myself. We all have, haven't we? So I think, but a part of that, getting criticised, you take it in, you acknowledge it, you self-reflect yourself, and you try and change for the best. And bang, I've done it. I've proved to myself, more importantly, and to other people, look, I can get off the fucking drink every day, I can get a job, and I've done just that. So obviously, I heavily criticised the group over some activism, activism, shall we say. But they've done some alright stuff, and I think the thing is, you can't have the praise all the time. Yeah, you have to have both. Yeah, you can't just just want praise. You can't say nothing. And some of the problems is with their followers. They just probably be too scared or too delusional to say, hang on a minute, this isn't great. But they've done some decent stuff, and I think it's only fair. I think when you face adversity, yeah. And if you can only take praise, you're only going to get so far. But if you take the constructive criticisms on board, learn from it, listen to what people have to say, you know, because not just me that's called that specific event out, and do better. And what I've seen, I'm going to highlight one, but there has been some good stuff. And let's get this straight, because I've seen, they just criticise it. Where's the praise that we get from these people? Well, let's not forget who was the one actually backing you during the split, yeah? I'm not going to mention the name. The reason why I don't mention them or give them constructive criticism, because I see them a pound version of you. So they're irrelevant to me. But so take it as a compliment. Take it as a compliment that I'm giving you my advice. It might be wrong. Some other people have different opinions, of course. But this is my channel. This is what's so great about being an independent and not having a group. Oh, you can't say this, you can't say this. My channel, bitches. And my say so. But let's get into the news, man, because PA have done great job. Rev Costello. Firstly, before we get into it, let's watch the video.
I just want to congratulate the people of Standish for standing up for your own best interests when the entire establishment condemns you. So give yourself a round of applause. In this country, we have a controlled media. A prime example is the BBC. The BBC needs to be boycotted, and I encourage everybody here to cancel their TV licence. We must remember that fundamentally, the entire establishment in this country is virulently anti-white. That is what is going on in this country. And they, as this lady has just said, they want to dissolve our identity. Our ancestors were the proudest people in the world, with the greatest culture in history, and they are putting us down so we can't celebrate our culture. We can't even go to a museum without them trying to shame us all. So, once again, Give yourself a round of applause. The people of Standish, the people of Wigan, the people of the northwest of England, the people of Britain. Thank you very much.
Well, guys, just how awful was that? It's embarrassing, it's cringe, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. What advice can I give here? I'm only joking, of course, I'm only joking. Mate, you've got... It takes balls of steel, that does. It really does. It takes absolute balls of steel to get in front of hundreds. I'll put the pictures up, bro, don't worry. But, you know, I give them criticism. Sometimes I do talk to empty fields just to get the recordings, and then they put it up, and... You know, but you got to take your hat off. You know what? I'll give them credit even when they're doing it like on roundabouts. But they're still talking on a microphone in a public area, so they're bound to be one or two people. So you know, it's not completely bad, but I just think they frame it as such. It's like it's a big demo. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a bit critical of them. That was fantastic. It was said with such passion, and what I liked about it most, getting the crowd involved, saying give yourself a round of applause. You know, look at the atmosphere, man. That was a brilliant, epic speech. Again, it takes balls of steel to do something like that. I think he deserves massive amounts of credit. So, and he's getting a lot of views. I've always seen it on TikTok because obviously I was travelling, so I didn't actually see it when he first done it. So, like I was just scrolling through TikTok on the train, I believe, last night, well, in the afternoon, and I seen it there. So. I made a little comment congratulating him. So well done, Costello. I mean, he received. Let me just get it up. It was in the dailymail.co.uk website. I won't go through it all. You can find it yourself. But just one particular comment. While many of the locals at the event were not associated with the far-right group Patriotic Alternative, representatives travelled to the small village to protest against the move. Videos circulating on social media showed their spokesperson falsely claiming that the entire UK establishment is anti-what. Oh, what? But you know what? That's a brilliant little piece there. But fantastic that is. Do you think we'd be putting as much effort in if we think we were fairly represented? Do you think we'd be kicked off all these? Do you think even in that own statement we're far right? You know, acting like we're some kind of extremist. But that's quite a laugh. But one of the best paragraphs I've seen actually about people on our side. But yeah, hundreds there. Looked at successful protests. So hats off to them. Hats off to them. They also done other things as well. You know, but I'll try and keep these a little bit short. We've got other topics to talk about, but they have done some decent stuff about it. So credit to Patriotic Alternative, and well done to the Rev. Okay, guys. The next story, the ban ADL campaign. Obviously, I don't need to go into that. If you don't know, then where have you been? Quite simply, you must have been living under a rock. So I'm not going to go through that. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're watching the channel for, because everyone should know. Everyone should be supporting this message. You know, there's been criticisms of online activism, but this, I think, has just exceeded all numbers, and this is the kind of online activism that we can push for, that can have real life action, which we will go through shortly. But we'll show you this video. This is amazing work by Keith Woods. I believe it was live last night. Just shows you the tricks they're doing. So let's give that a watch, shall we?
I can say this. I've been accused of all kinds of horrible things personally because I'm Jewish. And a number of listeners here, and maybe they'll have the courage and integrity to speak up, have already messaged me on Twitter saying, you know, oh, well, we know which side you're on, don't we? Oh, a dual citizen, ergo dual Canadian-Israeli citizen, therefore she can't be trusted, can she?
I get this.
Any of the people who wrote those messages, any of the people who wrote those messages have the integrity to speak up now and tell me? Why
well,
did you
Vivian,
say that?
I have a question. If we're talking about conflicts of interest, is it true you work for an Israeli intelligence firm called Black Cube?
No, who are you? No.
Keith Woods. Nice to meet you.
I get accused of being Mossad every time I pop into his face.
I think we're going back to the moving away.
No, it's on our Wikipedia.
Yeah,
it's on our Wikipedia. I'm not just throwing stuff
you
out
can
there.
state it. People could check out on the Wikipedia. I just want to go back to the specific points. And there's one point you made earlier, Vivian.
She didn't really answer.
Yeah, but she jumped off. That's like I wanted to keep it on the particular points.
I wonder why.
But let's.
So, yep, there you go. And what happened there, she hung up and she deactivated her accounts. Fantastic. What a win. What a W for our friend across Ireland. Superb work. So, what we're going to go into now, guys, is sorry, let me get it up. Yeah, so Elon Musk tweeted. So to clear our platform's name on the matter of anti-Semitism, it looks like we have no choice but to file a defamation lawsuit against the Anti-Defamation League. Oh, the irony. Interesting in our case, well, they would potentially be on the hook for destroying half the value of the company, so roughly 22 billion. So I'm hearing that he's not going to ban them from Twitter, but he's going to sue them. Now, this is amazing. This is even better news than a simple Twitter ban. What's the point? Obviously, we'd like both, but on Twitter, they've turned the comments off. They don't get many interactions anyway with the likes or whatever. They get ratioed everywhere anyway. They get taken a piss out of them. So it's only just a bit of Twitter. Let them have it. Let them have it. But suing them, they could be bankrupt if this happens. And let's face it, in fact, Elon Musk, look, he's not our guy. Let's get it out there. We know he's not our guy. But thanks to Keith Woods and everyone else that's joined in with the campaign, he likes everything that Keith Woods doing. He must be checking every single morning what Keith Woods is saying. And so obviously him retweeting Keith Woods will put more eyes on Keith Woods, which puts more eyes on the movement as a whole. So this is only a W, even if he's not on our side. But him taking him to court, he's most likely should win. And he'll completely destroy the ADL, which is absolutely fantastic news. I'd rather that than a simple little ban off social media. But I think this is incredible. What's your thoughts on the situation? I've also seen these fake conservatives, yeah, so the ADL started off quite well, you know, they were just calling out the far right Nazis, but now they call us all anti-Semitism. I actually thank the ADL for calling all these people anti-Semitism. They've got a rise in anti-Semitism themselves. But what are you doing, guys? What are you doing, conservatives? What are you doing? They hate you. They hate white people. They hate Europeans. They hate Christianity. Yeah, their book says loads of derogatory things about Jesus Christ. You know, they do not like you. You can keep bending over backwards to them. They are not your friend and never will be. Maybe a few of them lined your pockets, of course, but ultimately they are against us. And I have to be careful with everything that we are on. It's a platform here, so maybe I'll do a show elsewhere on Odyssey and we can go through it a deeper scale. But guys, that's the news round. I think it's been a net positive for nationalism until the last few weeks. I'm really uplifted with what I'm seeing from everyone involved, so well done. I'm so buzzing. I'm going to end with a track that I think is a big fuck you to the conservatives, you Zionists, ADL, fuck you all. Nationalism, we are the underdogs, but we're taking over, bitches. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.
Picture yourself in a living room, your pipe and slippers set out for you. I know you think that it ain't too far, but I hear a call of a lifetime ring. Felt the need to get up for it. Oh, and cut out the middleman, get free from the middleman. You got no time for the messenger, got no regard for the thing that you don't understand. You got no fear of the underdog, that's why you will not survive. I wanna forget how convention fits, but can I get out from under it? Can I cut it out of me? It can't all be wedding cake, it can't all be boiled away. I try but I can't let go of it, can't let go of it. Cause you don't talk to the water boy, and there's so much you could learn, but you don't wanna know. You will not back up an inch of it, that's why you will not survive. The thing that I tell you now, it may not go over well, oh, and it may not be thought a while, no way that I spell it out. But you won't hear from the messenger, don't wanna know about something that you don't understand. You got no fear of the underdog, that's why you will not survive.